Oh. Oh, are we live? Hello, everyone. Sorry, this is a whole, spontaneous, unplanned stream, and I didn't even realize I was already on here live. How's everyone doing? Yes, this is a freak show mask. Well, I was going to start the show with the usual intro. So, should I do that, or does it even matter now? I don't know. Hello, hello, hello. All right, yes. I'll just jump into it. Sorry, I didn't even realize I was live. I thought I was still setting things up. So, hello, welcome to this unplanned stream. Yes, I'm wearing a Welcome to the Freak Show mask. As the title says, this is live and unscripted because, as usual, I've been busy working on a lot of things, and it's so hard to juggle things, so I'm kind of out of character at the moment because I just, haven't had time to schedule or plan interviews or plan out the show, but I didn't do the show last week and figured I should do something this week just to keep on going. Thank you. Good thing I didn't pick my nose. Yes, you're right. Well, that's one nice thing about having the mask on, I suppose. So, it's unplanned. Just doing the thing. How are you all doing? I may take a few requests. Answer a few questions. Just general stuff. Before I jump into things, let me show you. So I was wearing this mask, which says "Welcome to the Freak Show," which of course is reference to the Cog is Dead song "Freak Show" and very appropriate for the year 2020. There are several Cog is Dead themed masks you can get at the Teespring store. Which, let me go ahead and switch over to studio mode because I didn't even have that set up. And yeah, merch at Teespring. Teespring.com/stores/the Cog is Dead. You can get masks. Also, there's just a plain red striped version. It's the same thing, but without the text. Which I did originally just so I could have a mask to wear personally because I like the look of it. But also so that it would match this shirt, which is another design. Let me move some of this stuff out of the way so you can see that. Turn that off. So, a lovely striped shirt with the Cog is Dead logo on it. It's a full print shirt, so it's got the red and the red and darker red stripes. It's not red and black. It's two different shades of red, just a darker red. But that's available at the Teespring store. They have a bunch of these designs, these all over prints, and I really love the way they've done them because you can design whatever you want. So I've got a shirt design that looks like an old football jersey that says "Time Travelers" is the name of the team with the name Sprocket across the back. Several other designs that have the full print. Anyway, let's see. Let me. You know what? Since I'm not doing this in character, let me put my glasses on because my vision isn't terrible, but they help just enough when I'm reading the screen. So if I'm not going to be in character today, I'm going to wear the glasses. Thank you. Thanks for the compliment on the hat. I've always enjoyed caps. In some of the early days, I used to wear these on stage all the time. Part of the reason I stopped wearing, I may still wear them here and there, but part of the reason I stopped wearing them all the time in concert is because when I would wear a cap like this, I would wear my goggles on top. And I like the way it looks. But literally within a few minutes of jumping around and banging my head, the hat would slide because the weight of the goggles would move them, or it would just shift, and so I'd be in the middle of a song and I couldn't stop strumming my guitar, so I'd have to get through the song as my hat's like getting down in my eyes like that. So finally I decided to stop doing them. But today I'm just wearing it because I didn't have time to comb my hair and didn't want to look like a total mess. Which is my favorite song? People ask that all the time, and it's nearly impossible for me to say what my favorite song is because I've written so many over the years and I like so many different styles of music as it is, And there are a lot of songs that I really enjoy. There are some songs that I enjoy more performing, so it's like some of them are my favorite songs to perform. There are others that we don't really perform very much, but I like them a lot for what they are. Um, as far as songs to perform live goes, some of my favorites, definitely some of the more rock-oriented ones. I like Walking Taco, which is not really a... Oh, it's not even on an album. I played it on the last show because that was a bunch of songs that didn't have any other place. They're not on any albums. But yeah, the Walking Taco is fun to play. I really enjoy playing Burn It Down. Honestly, the answer I usually give for what is my favorite song is The Death of the Cog. And a lot of that is due to the fact that that was the first song that people took notice of. And it was also really, really early on. Because the band started around 2006. We became a steampunk themed group. Not too long after that. You know, we're still trying to figure it out. I just wanted to start a band, so it was like, you know, I told my dad, who'd been playing drums with me for a while, and my friend Chris, you know, he was going to play bass. Like, hey, let's start a band and play some songs locally. Anyway, early on, even before the first album was in the works, I came up with a theme for this song called The Death of the Cog, which was kind of made as a way of telling the backstory of The Cog is Dead and why the band is called The Cog is Dead, because the song is from the point of view of John Sprocket, who in the 1890s was a clockmaker, discovered that a rival clockmaker invented a digital clock and was completely enraged because it threw all of the traditional clockwork that he held so dearly out the window, all the gears and springs and cogs. And so, you know, with the invention of digital technology, he was shouting, "The cog is dead." And anyway, that was the origin of it. That song was posted to MySpace, I think in 2008 or 2009. And people started sharing it around the steampunk communities, and it started picking up steam. And so really thanks to that song, The Death of the Cog, The Cog is Dead found an audience, and it's just continued to grow from there. So sing a few lines of that song. "Oh, Mr. Hamilton, what have you done?" You know, I could grab the accordion and play it. Maybe I'll do that in a little bit. I play it all the time. It's, you know, kind of The Cog is Dead's signature song. But that's another thing, is I have not gotten tired of that song, and it's been 10 years since the album came out. I have performed that song at just about every single show, and we have performed all over the country. So far, I have not gotten a chance to perform outside the U.S., mainly because the opportunity never came up, and right now the opportunity seems very unlikely that it'll be anytime soon. But as many times as I have performed The Death of the Cog, I still have not gotten sick of playing that song. How do you write songs? Like, how does the idea come to you, and how do you make songs out of them? Okay. So every song is different. Sometimes it'll be just inspiration striking in the form of wanting to write a song in a certain genre, like Stakeless from Songs of the People, very clearly a Jerry Reed inspired song. Jerry Reed, country musician from the 70s, the theme song for Smokey and the Bandit, Eastbound and Down. That was a heavy influence on that song. I wanted that song to be in the style of a Jerry Reed song, but the actual inspiration for writing that song, though, was not that song. It was another very similar sounding song, a song called Jack Rabbit by Elton John. Really, really, really similar song. But I heard that song, and I'm like, man, it'd be really fun to write a song in this style. And I listened to both of those songs back and forth and just started strumming. And the lyrics, of course, the name Stakeless was a name submitted by a fan who donated to help us with a tour a while back. And so I was going to write a song using the name Stakeless anyway. And when I was working on that, the idea of doing a country song about a guy with a cattle ranch who made steaks, it all just came together, and I'm like, okay, this is the song to use the name Stakeless on. Sometimes I have ideas for a theme before coming out with music. For instance, there's a song called Tin Man, and that whole thing just came about because I had the idea of wanting to write a song using the either about the Tin Man or just using like the metaphor, I'm the Tin Man and you're my oil can. So I had that line, Tin Man and oil can, in my head all the way back to when I was writing the first album. I never came up with a song at that point. Did the second album full steam ahead, didn't have the idea at that point. And it wasn't until I think it was 2013, maybe even 2014, when working on the third album, Carnival of Clockwork, that I had the idea to do a song in the style of like those old 1950s love ballads, and like the kind of stuff you may have heard, like Bobby Vinton or is that it? Bobby Vinton or Bobby Darin? Who am I thinking of? Or Pat Boone? I don't know. So, some of those, dun, 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 just that kind of vibe. A little bit of a doo-wop vibe, but few other. Anyway, but that's an instance of the idea for the content, like the lyrics or the theme, coming before the music was found. Other times, it all happens at the same time. I'll just come up with some music, and it'll trigger an idea, image in my head, and every single thing is different. Any songs in the style of sliding guitar? I want to do some stuff with some slide guitar. In fact, I have this cigar box guitar that I bought. This is a little slide guitar right here. Let me take this. I've got pieces of acoustic foam under the strings of a lot of my instruments when I'm not using them so that they don't vibrate, because, strings will resonate. And if I'm loud, my voice can actually cause the strings to vibrate, and then you'll hear that in the background of my vocal tracks. What did I do with my slide? I don't know. I had a slide around here somewhere. Anyway, one of these days I do intend to do something with some slide guitar. Maybe I can use this coffee mug. This is really out of tune. It's obviously a very terrible example of it because I'm using a coffee mug and this is not plugged in because it's an electric. But yeah, I definitely want to do something with some slide guitar. Yes, ink spots. Thank you, and you films. I almost did a song in the style of the ink spots on the second album. I still have a demo somewhere around here, and I just never finished it. But I was going to have the final song on that album called "Time to Go." And it started out just like all the other Ink Spots songs. That I don't even remember where it was going. Somewhere in the song it was like, we've traveled around the world, something da 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 dun, da dun, dun. It's time to go, boom ba boom, something like that. Never finished it. Ghost Riders in the Sky. That would be fun. I'm working on some covers. Obviously, I've been working on a lot of covers. Part of that has been because of being quarantined and also having lots of things going on in my day-to-day routine. Not having as much time as I would like to write originals. Also, just the sheer fun of it. A lot of these songs that I've been covering have been songs that I've been a fan of for many years. Obviously not all of them. Like Bang is the latest one. That's a newer song that came out in 2020. But it's been really fun getting to kind of experiment and play around with covering different songs and doing sort of my own take on them. Just taking something and putting a cog is dead twist on it. Hello to the Black White Knight of Marshmallow. Good to see you. You know what? Yeah, you can use literally anything for a slide as long as it's the right consistency. Then this works. let me play a song real quick. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like the cover of Bang so much. So since I've made so many covers recently, what am I doing? Hitting the wrong buttons. I've been thinking about taking the covers, because I've got several covers, both recent and from the past few years, like Boris the Spider and what was it? People Are Strange, and there have been several Cog is Dead covers that have been released over the past couple of years. So I think I'm going to start releasing collections of covers as albums, like in volumes. And so let me show you the artwork that I have put together. Let's see. Is this it? There we go. Okay, so I've got another cover coming out in a couple of weeks. I just got finished up mixing and mastering this past week. Anyway, probably very soon I'm going to release the first collection of covers as an album, and it's going to be called Incognito, which is a title idea that I've had for quite a while. I've been wanting to use Incognito as an album cover or as an album title, but I thought it was kind of cheesy, especially like when working on like a second or third album. I just was like coming off of steam-powered stories and full steam ahead. I thought Incognito would be too much of a pun, so went on to Carnival Clockwork and then of course Songs of the People. But when thinking about doing a covers collection where every so often putting all the covers together as a new collection volume, I was like, oh, you know what, Incognito would work, because I'm covering other people's songs, so it's me as other people, sort of, in incognito. It's kind of cheesy, but that's what I'm working on, or at least that will be released before too long. And I think I'm going to go back and remaster some of the older covers, even some of the more recent ones. I've recently been getting into trying to master my own music, which I'm not going to get too much into, like all the technical stuff of music stuff, but basically mastering is usually the final process after you've recorded and mixed your song, and it basically just gets everything sounding the best it possibly can. So even though I've already released some of these covers, I'm probably going to go back and remaster them just to clean them up just a little bit, make them shine just a little bit more, audio wise. All right. Well, someone had asked me to play. Actually, wait, what was it? Let me go back and double. Yes, I thought Blood, Sweat, and Tears. So I think I'll play Blood, Sweat, and Tears. And for anybody watching right now that is just joining, I said this episode is another just unplanned, unscripted, spontaneous stream, just because it's been a busy week and I still wanted to go on live and see you all, but didn't have time to put together a normal show. All right, here we go.
Some time ago in the city run solely on steam, the power plant workers would rise and stick to routine, making their bags till their work shirts were dirty and brown. As year after year they'd work for the good of the town. As parts would get old, these men would make the repairs, changing out axles and belts with meticulous care, working their hands to the bone and slaving away. They press on with diligence, and as they strained you could hear them say, with our blood, sweat, and tears, and the grinding of gears, we shall slave to keep our beautiful city alive. Yes, with blood, sweat, and tears, and the passing of years, we'll expend our ourselves so our fair people may thrive. One afternoon, Frederick Worthington clocked into work. He went to his station not knowing the danger that lurked. He pulled on the lever to start up the massive machine. But deep in the workings was something he had not foreseen. His pistons were pumping as pressure began to accrue. But suddenly one of the tanks had to give, and it blew! Frederick was knocked back into an assortment of gears. And there in an instant he came to an end with his greatest fear. And with blood, sweat, and tears, and the grinding of gears, this disaster happened in front of our terrified eyes. Yes, with blood, sweat, and tears, in these premature years, Frederick met his unfortunate, wholly untimely demise. So with blood, sweat, and tears, we will face what we fear. We know that it's tragic and everyone's sad that he's gone. With our blood, sweat, and tears, we'll return to our gears. We knew, so we must carry on. With our blood, sweat, and tears, and the grinding of gears, we're so slaves to keep our beautiful city alive. Yes, with blood, sweat, and tears, and the passing of years, we'll expend ourselves so our fair people may thrive. Blood, sweat, and tears! Thank you so very much.
That's the first song on the first album. Oh, technically, it's the second track. It's the first, if you want to call it the first track, the first song, the opening Steam Powered Stories intro is, but that's the first full song. By the way, there's one mask I forgot to show you all. It's a little weird. I don't know if anyone would actually want this. But, yeah. There's it. Is that on straight? So, this this mask is of my own face. Trying to get that on there. That seems pretty good. This is the John Sprocket Smirk mask. And that's how that looks. It's a little disturbing, I know. It's also a little large, a little oversized, a little bigger than life. Has me looking a bit more like Shrek than myself, I think. But if anyone does want this, it is available on the Teespring store. I don't know, what do you think? Does that look like me? I mean, I know it's a photo of me, but my actual nose is a little smaller than the photo. But there we go. Now I've got to do Rockstar. Actually, what are the chords? Could probably do that if I could figure out the chords. Yeah, what the heck? Let's Rockstar, Smash Mouth, chords. Let's see what we got here. It's probably going to sound terrible.
Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. She was looking kinda dumb.
It's not bad. Let me see if I do it in a different key.
I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed.
Do it like that.
Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. She was looking kinda dumb with a finger and a thumb in the shape of an L on her forehead. Well, years start coming and they don't stop coming. Back to the rules and they hit the ground running. It makes sense not to live for fun. Your brain gets small, but your head gets tough.
Isn't that right? Scroll down because I'm listening.
So much to do, so much to see. What's wrong with taking the back streets? You never know if you don't go. You never shine if you don't glow. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star. Get the show on, get paid. And all that glitters is gold. Only shooting stars break the mold.
There you go. A little bit of that. I think that was pretty terrible, but
Somebody want
somebody do like a country song.
Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. She's looking kinda dumb with her finger and her thumb in the shape of an L on her forehead.
I know All Star. I don't know how to play the whole thing, but there is a little bit of that. I'm just looking back at some of the comments in the chat here. Oh yeah, you got to get Shrek'd. That's right. I don't know. Any requests? I'm just messing around. This is just a spontaneous show. Any suggestions for covers? Because I've done some covers. Like I said, I don't ever plan for this to become a solely cover channel. But I've been working on a lot of covers of things. Done that before. I like the sound of that, going from a C to an E7. I'm getting distracted. But this is how songs get written. I'll just start playing something. Looking to see if anybody has any some Disney villains collection or montage. I actually have been thinking about doing a cover of Be Prepared from The Lion King. I think that's one that would be really fun to do. Yeah, I've got another cover in mind for something for the future. By the way, I don't know if it matters if I announce what the next cover will be, but it's coming out in 2 weeks, and it is a cover of a Queen song. That's all I'll say for now. I mean, not that there are thousands of people clamoring to find out or anything, but I like to keep a little bit of a surprise until things get released. But yeah, thanks for the suggestion on some Disney villains things. Frozen 2 Olaf song. You know what? I don't even remember his song from Frozen 2. I saw it once. I remember Lost in the Woods. That was like one of my favorite songs in the film, but I don't actually remember Olaf's. Oh, wait, no, wait. Is it? No, I'm thinking of a different one, aren't I? I don't know. No, it's not Fat Bottom Girls, but that's a good guess. That was the worst thing I've ever done. It's Not Unusual by Tom Jones. Not unusual. That's totally the wrong key. How about it? It's not unusual to have fun with anyone. My voice is actually really tired. Not tired today. I don't know. My voice it's kind of dry. I've noticed I've had kind of a dry throat for the past hour, so it's like I need to warm up. Ain't No Rest for the Wicked. That could be really fun. Someone mentions the Iron Horseman. Are you suggesting I play it? Because I haven't played a song since Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Why not? Here's a little bit more Cog is Dead. Here's the Iron Horseman. Come on! And thieves, reprehensible scoundrels doing anything they please. But though these villains are heartless and they show no remorse, here to the west is a hero on his giant iron horse. He rides valiantly through the desert and he fights corruption everywhere. At night, in a blaze of glory, he comes into town and he hits them down and all night air. I'm sorry, I'm just looking at some of the chat. Despacito. He hears the cries of the helpless and the ordinary force. I've totally lost my place. So if you think that you're done for, you haven't got a prayer. And the horseman will be there. He rides valiantly through the desert, and he fights corruption everywhere. At night, in a blaze of glory, through town and he takes them down and rides off into the cold night. That's absolutely right. The CD in my mind skipped. At least it's not a record, because if that scratches, I'll be stuck on a loop forever. everything's going to be just fine. Your plight is soon to be removed. Tonight you can sleep with peace of mind. 'Cause he'll come along and he'll right the wrong man's been going on for you to rise. Now you make it through the desert and he finds corruption everywhere. Right in a blaze of glory, he comes into town and he takes them down. All the low lives come out, they don't run. He corrects your course on his iron horse, and then he rides. Sorry, I lost it again there because I saw the suggestion for Shape of You, which I never would have imagined as a Cog is Dead song, but just imagining, like, would that be something that could be turned into a Cog is Dead-esque style thing? I don't know. It might be too absurd, which I know is kind of ridiculous for me to say something is too absurd. How's that even go? I'm just looking at the chords right now. Is that even right? Am I even doing this right? Something like that. See, I don't know the song well enough. Last night you in my room. Now my bed sheets smell like you. Every day discovering something brand new. Yeah. I'm in love with your body. Oh, 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 oh. I'm in love with your body. Ooh. I'm in love with your body. 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 Oh yeah, girl. I'm in love with your body. Let me see your body. I'm in love. I'm in love with your body. Is that too risque? I don't know. Oh, good Lord. This is the stupid stuff I do to songs. There, that's a good suggestion. Thank you. I could do an album titled Songs I Shouldn't Have Covered. It'll be a full album of songs that I had no business covering and definitely wouldn't fit anywhere in the Cog is Dead's repertoire, but they're on that album. Yeah, for any of you that are just joining, I'm just messing around doing a spontaneous stream, playing songs, and apparently goofing around with covers and stuff. Got a request for Burn It Down, which, yeah, maybe I will. Maybe I'll do that right now. One, two, three, go! You know, I just remember when I played acoustically, I do it like this. I do it the other way when I play electric because it's distorted. But on an acoustic, it sounds better like this. Oh, snap. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to stop, but all right. Someone here suggested doing a cover of a Rammstein song. I actually started working on a cover of Du Hast a while back, and I really love the idea of doing it. For some reason, I wasn't 100% satisfied with the way it was turning out. I like it, but it wasn't quite where I was trying to get it. But you know what? I'm going to play it for you all. So, here is a sample. Here's what I've recorded so far of Du Hast by Rammstein. And I don't know. I'd love to get some feedback on it because I don't think it's quite where it needs to be, but I do like the idea of covering this song. And that's as far as I got. I don't know. It's been months since I've listened to that, and listening to it now, I'm like, maybe I could release it as is. Or maybe just tweak the mix a little bit. Someone says, sounds like a medieval cover. I was trying to go for adding some acoustic elements, because obviously their sound, very heavy electric guitar and electronic synth instruments, you know. Rammstein's a very, very dark, heavy band. And I wanted to keep the feel of their stuff, but have more acoustic instruments. So there's acoustic guitar in there. There's, I forget the name of it, but there's this one acoustic instrument sample that I used for the intro. Obviously, accordion, tuba, things like that. So, yeah, I'm sorry. Someone says that they hated the cutoff. That's all I have so far. I don't know how my German was sounding in that. I don't speak Well, I don't speak any language really other than English fluently. Other than having a little bit of German taught to me in elementary school. I don't speak German, so that was solely me really trying to phonetically pronounce the words correctly. So I don't know if it was quite accurate. I just really was trying to be accurate with it. So if anyone is watching in Germany or speaks German, let me know if it's okay or if it needs some work. I'm trying. Let's see. I guess we're getting close to the time where we normally stop for the day. Thank you. Okay. So a few people have said it sounded okay. That's good. Yeah, like I said, it's I think for an English speaking person, there are certain sounds and pronunciations that I'm not used to doing on a regular basis, and so trying to accurately speak German with as little of an American accent as possible is difficult. A Dr. Steele song. That could be fun. That could be fun. I've steered away from Dr. Steele. I don't know. I actually don't know the story of Dr. Steele, but there's been a bit of controversy. Also why I didn't do a Dr. Steele song in the 25 Styles things. And I love the music of Dr. Steele. It was one of my big influences, but I also want to show respect for people that it may be a sensitive subject for. Hello to you in Ukraine. Thank you so much. Yeah, all right. You know what? Maybe I'll go ahead and finish the song if I'm getting enough feedback on here. And Clockwork Quartet. I miss them. You know what? Back when we were starting out with Cog is Dead, they were one of the first few bands that I came across and loved their stuff. I don't know if they're a band or exactly what they were, because they seemed like they were creating something much bigger than just a band. But I loved the few songs that they put out and really, really was hoping to hear more. Let's see. Other than Tom Jones, what other Welsh artists and bands have you heard of? To be honest, I probably have heard of a fair amount of Welsh artists and just don't know that they're Welsh, because a lot of music I listen to, I have no idea where the bands and artists are from. Things just pop up in Spotify these days. Spotify is a great way to discover new music. Every single week, if you're not on Spotify, one of my favorite things about their algorithm is they'll make custom playlists for you every week, based on your musical tastes. So like every Monday, there's a Discover Weekly playlist that gets generated by Spotify for you based on things you've listened to and things that it thinks you might like. So every Monday I get a brand new playlist with a bunch of songs. I've discovered a lot of artists that way. And then on Fridays, they have one called Release Radar, where they put together new releases from artists that you've listened to or artists you might like. So I've discovered a lot of awesome music on Spotify, and very likely have discovered some Welsh bands and artists and just had no idea where they're from, because all I know is what I'm hearing and the sound of the music. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Thank you for reminding me. I need to finish Burn It Down. Who is my favorite singer? That's another really tough question. I always want to say my favorite artist, and it's funny these days because it's different. But the most influential artist for me was Weird Al Yankovic. Someone that I gravitated toward very early on when I was young, because his music was funny and it was very diverse. He played the accordion. He was just very unique, and everything. I think everything about Weird Al is something that I don't know how old I was, 12. A 12-year-old would be like, "This is the greatest thing I've ever seen." So Weird Al is one of my all-time favorite musicians. Now that said, he's not the greatest singer in the world. I'm fully aware of that. He is a good singer. I like his voice. So that's why I say he's my favorite artist. It's hard for me to say a favorite singer if you're talking just about like the sound of their voice. But there are quite a few singers that I really like. I am 34. So I discovered him back in the 90s. Was it 96? No, because I would have been 10 in 96. So maybe I was like 11. What? Yes, thank you so much. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and play "Burn It Down." I think I'll make this the last song for the day. I will do "Live to Fight Another Day" another time. I have played it on the show before. All right. So anyway, I guess that'll be it for the day. I'll go ahead and play "Burn It Down." And if this works, if I don't have time to play another show, would you all like another, whatever this is, unplanned sort of chat and music? Because I'd be happy to do another stream like this down the road. And I still will be doing more of the regular show and have more guests and things like that as well. Oh my goodness, I would love to do a song with Weird Al. That is probably not something that'll ever happen, because I have no idea why he would collaborate with me, pretty much unknown, without any specific reason. But yeah, that's the dream right there. Getting a chance to do a song with him. I was trying to see where that photo is. I have. Oh well. I have a photo that I took the day I met Weird Al. Actually, this'll work. Yeah. So I've had the pleasure of meeting a lot of my musical influences over the years. A few years ago, I got to meet Weird Al Yankovic. I got to meet Stephen Page of Bare Naked Ladies when he was on tour. One of my favorite bands of all time. And right there, one of my favorite singers, Stephen Page. Love his voice. Honestly, he is an influence on my vocal style. I mean, I've tried to be diverse, but I've been compared to him vocally before. And there's Jonathan Colton, awesome musician. That was actually when I snuck backstage to meet him at Dragon Con. Back in, what year was that? Was that 2016? Yeah, in 2016, The Cog is Dead played Dragon Con. And I was super excited because Jonathan Colton was going to be there, but he didn't have a concert. He wasn't. He didn't even have a merch booth, so I didn't know how else to find him. But I knew I was a performer and I had a performer badge, and so it was the same stage too that the Cog did have played on when he had his little afternoon. Sort of, it wasn't a panel. It was just like he had a guitar and he was playing music with a couple of friends. So I, went backstage and just kind of hung out during his sound check, and then went and saw him. So that's a photo, like trying to find any light we could. It was very dark back there, but he was a super nice guy. He gave me a copy of his CD for free and signed it. I tried to pay him. He refused to take my money. But yeah, that was a photo from the day that I snuck backstage at Dragon Con and got to crash Jonathan Colton soundcheck. But one of my favorite musicians, and of course Perry Grip from Nerf Herder, who probably a little lesser known than some of these guys, but if you know the song "Raining Tacos," it's raining tacos. Yeah, that's him. He's got a bunch of these crazy songs, but he is also the frontman for a band called Nerf Herder, which is kind of a nerd punk rock group. Super cool musician as well. Anyway, yeah, that's just that's the pictures. But that was the day I met Weird Al. Back to what I was saying. All right, switch back to the webcam and switch back over here because I can't even see the chat. And I've been rambling on for way too long. Oh, creepy doll. Sorry, I just got back to the chat. That would be really fun. I've heard about that. The local taco place in Florida that plays Raining Tacos on a loop in the bathroom, which is the greatest thing ever. They just play the song over and over and over all day in their bathroom. Next time, can I do Hamilton? Now, are you asking about the song The Death of the Cog, which is about a character named Mr. Hamilton? Or are you talking about a song from Hamilton? Or you just say Hamilton, do you mean just do Hamilton in its entirety? Where? I think that taco place is in Tampa. Is that right? Correct me if I'm wrong. And you films. This is one of these days. See, when I don't have a show planned and I'm just like randomly doing stuff, I just want to keep going. But at this point, it's been almost an hour, and I know it's getting really late for some of you in Europe and probably even later. Of course, I know some people in Australia have actually gotten up super early in the morning to watch, which thank you. But I know it's probably getting late, and thank you so much. I'm sure in Russia it's getting late there as well. Oh, I bet Nightwish did an awesome cover of Phantom of the Opera. I haven't heard that yet, but I've heard some of their stuff. They're symphonic metal, and Nightwish does some really beautiful stuff. In fact, I've been thinking of doing a Phantom of the Opera cover. Not the song Phantom of the Opera, but a song from Phantom of the Opera. I've been saying I'm going to burn it down for like half an hour, haven't I? I totally lost my place already because I've...
Down in a village where most residents were poor, an old man had a factory that folks called the killing floor. He was a surly master, though his workers all had wives. He worked them within inches of their lives. They were all sick and tired of his stuff. Hey! And decided that they'd had enough. We won't take this anymore. Not gonna die on the killing floor. He will work on the and burn it down.
Oh, God, I'm sorry. The comment section always cracks me up. I need to stop reading the comments while I'm performing.
They waited for the old man to head home for the night. Muscled in with kerosene and lanterns to ignite. They took one final look at all these monstrous machines. Lit the match that would fulfill their dreams. It was a blazing jubilee. Hey! Helped those flames that set these workers free. We won't take it anymore. Not gonna die on the killing floor. He will work us into the ground. It's time to strike a match. Burn it down!
Here's something that we would do every now and then. We played this in Tucson once. At this part of the song.
Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more.
Oh! Sorry, I was not prepared for that. Oh, woman, don't you treat me so mean. You're the meanest old woman that I ever seen. I don't remember. We played it like 3 years ago.
Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more. As the workers danced around the fire having fun. What have you done? This factory was the only thing that kept us all alive.
This is what happens when I get too distracted, as always. The factory was above an oil lake. Hey, hey, hey!
All too late, they realized their mistake. We wouldn't take it anymore. Didn't want to die on the killing floor. But we drove ourselves to the ground. When we struck that match, burned it down. Yeah, yeah. Ooh. But we have to go and burn it down.
Thank you so much for joining me on this spontaneous stream of streaming the Steam. Say that 5 times fast. I should hopefully be back next week with another episode and all that jazz. So, until next time, have a great time. Thanks for joining me, and see you later. Good night, everybody.